for the news, also for filling in last week.
You're welcome.
So I kind of want to talk about the episode last week because I listened to it on my way back.
Okay.
It was pretty good, huh? You're welcome.
Oh my God. I was hoping that I may have imparted some wisdom on how to program a show to you guys.
You have done well
in your time here. Apparently that's unfounded. Let me ask you a question. Did you bother to ask anyone, Callie, before bringing the topic up on the show live in the moment?
We actually had talked about that.
About how people felt about fucking the horror genre. Because I'm like, oh, this should be interesting. It's appropriate for Halloween.
Right.
I understand why you would have thought about it.
Yep.
But then you're like, let's go round robin style and talk and see what everyone's opinions about the horror genre are. And everyone's like, hate it. I don't fucking interact with it at all. Terrified of it. I'm just like, okay, this is the worst panel to have on this topic maybe ever.
Even I could have talked about the horror genre.
Maybe
I
ever.
played a game.
Well, we did discuss it a bit
I played a
beforehand,
game.
actually. Yeah.
And what made you say, after having the discussion, what made you say, yeah, we should go ahead and have this conversation live in front of other people?
You might not want to tell your friends about that.
No.
Callie, he's waiting for an answer.
Yeah,
buddy.
I know. I thought being professionals that we are.
You thought? I don't pay you.
You know, clearly, looking back on it now,
suck at everything.
all that was wrong is we didn't have drops. We could have gotten through it with drops.
An inspiration for birth control.
I'm
rapid fire over here.
I'll say.
I'm sitting there as, I like horror films. I don't love them. I'm not I don't consider myself a horror movie fan or a horror buff.
I hate them.
But and I know, Callie, you kind of are. But the minute you went, oh, I just found this movie, Cabin in the Woods, the other day. I'm like, oh my God. What the fuck? How are you directing this conversation right now? Now I understand what people listening at home to LBR must be thinking.
Oh, thank you for that.
You're welcome. So what happened? What happened? How did you look at and I wish, oh God, I wish Nika was here. I wish Nika was here, because the fact that she won't even touch a horror game bothers me.
Right?
Bothers me. And the fact that that we were like, all right, what do we got to do to make you happy? And she's like, no, I'm just not doing. No, it freaks me out too much. That's the fucking point. If you stream a horror game, it's not because you like horror games.
Right.
If you
get that reaction on camera.
If you like horror games, and you're not affected by jump scares, you're literally the worst streamer to watch play horror games, because something will happen and you just go,
Listen. If we were to put out a poll right now, what have you seen on our stream that you'd like to see again? I guarantee you, number one would be Kahlo play more horror games.
That's what I did yesterday on the stream.
The fact that Nika was reacting the way she was, I was like, now I need to see this. We need to do everything we can to make this happen.
We need to lock her in a room with limited food supply and be like, you get more rations at certain checkpoints of the game. Go.
That's actually an interesting premise for a horror movie. Huh.
Didn't they do that in Saw?
Kinda.
So I mean, I was sitting there literally yelling at my radio, going why are we having this conversation?
Yeah. Buy it for me, Skuro, and I will.
Great outburst.
Yeah, nice, productive.
I was gonna type it. I'm like, fuck it.
Good. I'm glad you brought everything to a grinding halt for that.
You're welcome.
Buy
it for me, Skuro.
But otherwise, you did a passable job at hosting the show.
Thank you.
It was all right.
It was.
You're some kind of moron, you know that?
You know what? D is for degree. That was how I got through college, and that's how I got through that episode.
What? Let me ask you this, because Chris over here is throwing all kinds of hate at you with these drops, okay?
Yeah.
Nika aside, because we know that she didn't.
Right.
Sure.
How many people worked on the outline for Final Encounter Cast last week? Raise your hand. Oh, really? What did you contribute, Chris?
Yeah, what was on there?
Besides putting up the foundation for the outline.
No, I did that.
Krisha.
Oh, yeah, so what did you contribute then?
Yeah, what was it?
I opened it.
Oh. That doesn't count.
No.
Oh, then nothing.
Okay, great.
And you won't play horror film or horror games. Why? Like the fact,
I think he kind of talked about he would.
The fact that this dude doesn't watch anything but Disney movies, I find very weird. Like the fact that you don't understand horror tropes is beyond me. What?
I also watch Marvel movies.
That's
Continue.
So yeah, I find that strange. It's weird. But anyway, I'm
like zombies and blood and guts are all icky.
Oh.
Kidding me? It's awesome.
When Outlast 2 comes out, we're gonna play it together.
I don't know what that is.
Apparently you
great.
get your dick chopped off.
That was
Why would I want that?
That already happened. That was the sequel to Outlast 1.
Apparently it's very vivid and visceral.
It was pretty brutal. I don't know if they're doing it again in Outlast 2, maybe.
Okay.
Well, it's his penis and he can do whatever he wants with it.
But somebody else does it to you. Don't cut off your own penis.
I just it blew me away that you had never seen Cabin in the Woods.
You know, I missed that one when it came out. I was like big into horror on the time. I don't know how I missed that movie.
You guys and
it is maybe my favorite horror movie.
The movies that made you guys tap out on the genre, I got really mad at.
Really?
I got
What were
really
they?
upset.
What movie mine was?
Based on
my
it was Hocus Pocus.
No, that was his favorite.
No,
horror
that's my
movie.
favorite.
Oh yeah, okay. That's what it was. I don't remember.
If Hocus Pocus caused you to tap out on horror movies, oh my god!
Is that also a Disney movie?
Yes!
It is. Ju-on, really?
Yeah, that movie spooked the shit out of me, man. It was so uncomfortable. Now, like The Grudge, I had no problem with. Like The Grudge, like whatever. But the original version of it, Ju-on, yeah, that spooked the shit out of me.
See, because I'm someone. I need to be pushed by a film to have some kind of reaction to.
Sure.
Any kind of reaction to. And I mean, like, some of you were saying, like, if it makes me cry, or if it makes, if it makes me emote on any level.
Right.
Then I think that it's done its job. Shock and awe and like having that queasy feeling in your stomach, that's all included too. And I mean, some of the most intense films, or the ones that I've had the most trouble watching, were not horror films. They were, like Lars von Trier's Antichrist, or oh god, what's another one that freaked me the fuck out that wasn't necessarily a horror movie?
Blair Witch Project.
No, Blair Witch Project freaked me out for an entirely different fucking reason. Because the kid who showed me that had bought it on VHS at the fucking flea market and ripped the fucking labels off and made us watch it while we were camping on like a portable 9-inch combo VCR player.
10 out of 10 for that kid.
Oh, dude, he did
he bring it in like he just found it or something?
Yes, and they were like, yeah, he was like, my cousin has been missing for a while, and they just cleaned out his room in my aunt's house, and they found this tape. I don't know what it is, but I think we should watch it. And like,
you thought it was a good idea?
With that kind of setup, it was like, what the fuck? Like, it was just, it was unbelievable. And the thing is I feel like that scared me to such a degree because I thought it was real. Like, for like a while, I thought that shit was not, like, for like a couple of months before, it was right before the film blew up, right? Like, it was at a point where the film was still in certain indie theaters, but it hadn't, like, made its run through,
right.
Through the major. So it was like even a first pass rough edit of the thing. It was like, it had to have been filmed by someone sitting in a theater too. So it had this like extra realistic quality to it.
So describe to us the moment when you realized, oh no, this is just a movie.
When I started hearing about the shit on the news.
So
I was like, it's that you grow up instantly. When you're like,
did you call up your cousin or
no? It wasn't my cousin. It was a random kid at camp that I didn't remember his fucking name. I didn't have his phone number. I couldn't be like, you fucking asshole. Like, we left camp and I didn't ever see this kid again.
Well, here you are now. What would you say to that kid if he was here now?
Fuck you, you asshole, you lying piece of shit. And the thing is, like, you know, that's that's a real growing up moment when you believe that like creepy witchcraft shit is real. Like fucking fucked up shit happens in the like fucked up shit does happen in the woods, but for entirely different normal reasons.
But for deliverance reasons.
Right, yes, exactly. Not for Blair Witch reasons, but you walk around believing that the Blair Witch is real, and then the minute you see the shit on the news, you're like, wait a minute. What the it's like it's both a mind fuck on like such a fundamental level that like no movie can ever even break that wall for me ever. Ever. I'm always so conscious that I'm watching a movie.
Well, the importance of something being able to and strike an emotion in you. We were talking about it in between shows.
Yeah.
Black Mirror on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's not scary by any means, but it makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And even if that's the only emotion you're experiencing, you appreciate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I have a lot of respect for the horror genre, and I like horror films quite a bit. So I was a little bit disappointed to miss out on that conversation. So I had to make fun of you guys for it because, of course, I can't express any genuine emotion on the show.
I knew my emo strategy would pay off.